All right, Caleb, what game are we playing today?
7 Wonders.
Ooh, 7 Wonders. Do you like 7 Wonders?
Yeah.
And why?
Because it's just a thinking game to which cards you want to get.
Yeah.
And to see what card would help you later in the game.
Ooh, you have to plan ahead?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Well, as I look at this table, it looks kind of confusing. What have you got in front of you?
Yeah. This is your wonder at the bottom.
Yeah.
Some have 4, some have 2, and most of them have 3.
So there's different parts of your wonder, and they're both double-sided, or they're all double-sided?
They're all double-sided.
But none of them are the same.
Yeah.
Is that what makes it cool?
Yeah.
But as I look at them, there's a lot of different symbols, huh?
Yeah.
So I see all these cards in front of you. What do those numbers on the cards show?
The ages. This is the first age, second age, and third age.
Ooh, 3 ages of your civilization. And then there's a lot of tokens there?
Yeah. These, right, this, and this are your armor or attack tokens.
Those are the attack tokens?
Yeah. And these are, this is your money.
So you got attack tokens, you got money, you got civilization cards. Wow, there's a lot of stuff to do. So would you be confused by this game?
At the start, that you might, but in the later in the game, you probably won't be confused.
And after you've played it one time, are you confused?
Probably not, because it's actually a really fun game.
Okay, cool. Well, let's take a look at how an age plays. I see that right now you've got it set up for a 3-player game because there's 3 piles of age 1 cards.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do with your pile of cards?
Okay, so you pick it up.
Okay.
And look at it.
Okay.
You choose one of the cards and then you put it face down. In the first stage, you pass it to left. In the second age, pass it to the right. Third age, pass it to the left.
Okay, so you pass those to your neighbor?
Yeah.
All right, so Caleb, show me the cards that you first had in your age 1 hand.
These are the cards.
That's what you had to choose from, huh? And how did you choose? What does a card mean?
Well, this is what you're building. This is how much it costs. This one costs nothing because it has nothing in there. Okay. The blue cards are the ones with leaves and a number inside is how many victory points. Like this is worth 2 victory points.
So what's the center top of the card tells what it does. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the others? What do the brown and gray cards do?
The brown and gray are resources.
Okay.
This produces ore clay.
Okay.
But you have to buy it for 1 coin.
So when you build it, you pay 1 coin. Okay.
And if you build it, then you put it under here, and that's your resource stock.
Oh, that is cool how those fit together like that. And so you could see how much you produce each turn.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. What about the other cards?
The green cards are the development cards. This one takes 1 glass. This is a trading post. I could buy clay, stone, wood, or for 1 coin to my right.
To the neighbor that arrow is pointing to.
Yes.
Okay. And why is that good?
Because if you normally buy a resource from your neighbors, it usually costs 2. But for my right, I only have to pay 1 for these resources.
Cool. Okay. And then what's the red card?
Military.
Ooh.
This produces 1 military.
Okay.
At the end of each age, you compare military and
with everybody?
With everybody. With your neighbors.
Just the person on your left and right?
Yeah. And if in the first stage, if you lose, then you get -1. But if you win, you get 1.
Okay.
Second age, lose, you still get -1. And you get 3. And then in the third age, if you lose, you still get -1. But you get 5 if you win.
So at the end of each age, you compare your military might with your neighbors and see who wins for points, huh?
Yep.
Well, that sounds cool. So those are the options in front of you, and you can only pick one of those cards to play each turn? Ooh,
Yeah.
so which one did you choose?
I choose the theater.
Okay. And so when you play it, so then you passed all the others to your neighbor.
Yeah, but I put it face down. Then I pass them to the left, since it's the first stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then they choose.
Okay, so now everybody plays their card they picked.
And then we all flip it over. This is a loom. So it goes here, since it's a resource.
Okay.
This is baths, but it's worth a stone, and none of us has a stone, so we can't buy or get. So he can discard it for 3 coin.
Okay, so if you don't want to play a card, you can discard it to get money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's another thing you could do with your cards if you don't want to necessarily use them? Something about your wonder board.
I could slide it under here, and I have clay, because that's my main resource.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a loom, so with 2 coin, I'll buy from him to have a loom for one turn to build a wonder.
To use his loom, you can buy a resource. So you're able to build that stage of your wonder.
And then I got 3 victory points for doing it.
All right, now Caleb, we have just finished a game of 7 Wonders, right?
Yeah.
And as I look at the table, that looks very full and very confusing.
Well, it is confusing, but if you look at one thing at a time, it's actually really easy.
But now this was a 3-player game. If you're going to play with a full 7 players, you need a lot of space, huh?
Yeah, it's
Probably
going to
need
be way more space.
More spread out. And how long did the game take that we just played?
About half an hour.
And does that last any longer the more players you have?
Uh-uh.
Oh, because you're all doing the same thing at the same time, right? Yeah, sweet. Okay, well, now that we're at the end of the game, we have to add up points. So you tell me, with how confusing it looks, you tell me how easy it is, okay?
Well, there's a scoring pad, so you add up the red. I got 11 for mine.
Okay, show me where you find the red score.
The military is red.
Okay, so the battles you made at the end of each age, that's what
This
you got.
is 11.
Okay, then?
Jaden got -3.
Because he lost in
His.
military, yeah.
And my dad got 10.
Okay, so we add up military. Simple enough. Now what?
And then you add the coins. Each 3 coins you have 1 victory point.
Okay,
So I had 1 victory point, 2 victory points, 3 victory points. Jaden had 6 victory points. And my dad had 0 victory points.
oh yeah, I didn't do very good with keeping coin, huh?
Nope.
Okay,
And then the wonder, I got 3 victory points, because that's all I could get.
because your victory point gives off, your wonder
And then-
only gives off 3. Okay,
Yeah. And Jaden had 10 victory points, and my dad had 10 victory points.
and what we're looking at is the stage of the wonders you built and looking at the laurels, okay?
Yes.
All right, easy enough?
And then the blue cards,
Okay,
how many? I got 6. Jaden got 17, and my dad got 19.
okay,
For the yellowish orange cards,
looks like you're the only one that scored any points
yeah,
from your
my
yellow
dad got
cards.
0, Jaden got 0, and I got 5.
Because your yellow card said,
1 victory point for each yellow card, and that's 2. And then 1 victory point for each wonder, and that's 3.
each stage of your wonder you
And
built.
that's 5.
Nice, okay, then?
And then it's the guilds, the purple cards.
And did anybody do guilds?
I got 3.
Because that says,
military for each of my neighbors.
so any red cards that your neighbors have, you get a victory
And
point.
1 point,
Nice.
2 point, 3 point.
And Jaden's guilds
And Jaden's guilds
gave a lot of points.
gave 13 points. And my dad didn't get any.
Okay, nice. So we add up all those purple cards. Then the last
And
one.
then the green cards, I got 26.
You like those this game, huh?
Yep. My Jaden got 1, and my dad got 4.
So this is the tricky part, the green cards, on how you
Yeah.
score your green cards. And this one adds a lot of points, and that's why it's probably bottom of the list because you can score a lot of points this way.
Yeah.
Show me how you scored your points.
So since I have one set of each,
yeah.
that I got 7 points.
Okay.
And since I did a window, I chose this stone with writing on
The
it.
stone tablet.
And then I had the other 7 points, so that's 14.
So that means you had really a second stone tablet there.
And then it's 2 times how many cards I have.
Okay.
And that's 4. And then it's 2 times 4 equals 4. 2 times 4 equals 4. So that's 12. And so I got 26.
Wow. So if you had, like that protractor there, if you had 5 protractor cards, you'd take 5 times 5, right? And you get 25 points. So those are squared. So in the end, the green cards, this game, won the day for you, right? Because what was our final score? Show me.
I got 57, Jaden got 43, and Dad got 43. I won by 14 points.
And did you celebrate when you beat me?
Yep, easy.
Easy. So Caleb,
Yeah.
what do you think overall of 7 Wonders?
Really fun.
Really fun? And even you can keep track of all the stuff going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? That's really unique in how you pass the cards and keep one and make tough decisions each time. Is the game the same every time you play it?
No way.
Different cards come out? Great. Well, cool. Well, what would you rate 7 Wonders overall?
I'd do a 4.75.
Wow, a real high score, huh? Nice quick game. Doesn't take too long.
And then it doesn't take too long.
All right. Thanks, bud.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.